Hi, Professor. This is Monisha here, and this recording is for the assignment of Principles of Programming Language, Chapter 2 assignment, Week 2. Over here, the assignment is about creating two nested lists. In the first nested list, I have to print zeros, wherein I have to first create two variables x and y, and based on the values of x and y, the nested list is to be created. So either it can be 3 by 3 nested list or 4 by 4, and this value will be entered by the user. That's what I understood. So for that, I'm using the input function, which is a user interactive function wherein the value of the variables have been taken at the runtime. Okay, so I'm using this function and I'm creating the list. Let's try run my program here. It is asking for the to enter the value for x. I'm giving it 3. Asking to enter the value for y. I'm giving it 3, and this is the list. I can also do 4 and y equals to 4, and the list will be printed. So here we have to only print zeros, okay, and create the list. I can also do 3 and 4, and then also the list will be created. Okay, now moving to the next question. Here I have to find x mod y, and if the value is coming 0, then I have to fill in that index 1, otherwise 0. Okay, but the trick over here is if in x mod y, if the y value is 0, it will throw an error. So anything mod 0 will throw an error. So to achieve that, first what I'm trying to do, I'm using the same logic of user input values using input function, and I'm creating an empty list. My idea over here is I am creating this nested list by inputting linear list. So single list will be inserted, appended into the list and into the main list, and the main list will become then the nested list. That is the logic behind my program here. So over here, first I'm also using a nested for loop. In the nested for loop, in the first iterative value, I'm keeping the range, using the range function, which is having the value of x, and the inner loop will have the iterative variables value as y. Okay. Now, if j is 0, that means if y is equals to 0, I'm straight away saying mod equals to 1. And because if the mod equals to 1, I have to append 0. I'm appending 0 into the temporary list. And in the else part, I'm calculating the I mod j, which is x mod y. And here I'm saying if the mod is 0, then append to the list 1, else mod value is 1, and append to the list value 0. Okay. Actually, this is not required because if it is 0, then I have to append 1, or else I have to just append, sorry, I have to just fill with 0, right? So that means it is correct. I have to just append 0. I do not have to assign anything to the mod variable. Okay. Now what I'm doing, so first the inner loop is complete, right? So in the inner loop, it will iterate till the till the for the value of let's say x equal to 0 here, till 0 1 2 value of y. If I'm inputting the value of x equals to 3 and y equals to 3, till 0 1 2 it will be iterated. So three values of mod will be inserted in the temporary list, and that linear list having three values will be inserted to the in to the main list. So this is how. So in the next one, when x equal to 1, then again the list temporary list is again initialized, and only three values will be there, completing the inner loop, and that list will be inserted or appended to the main list. So in this way, I'm creating the nested list. So now let's create it. Asking for the value of x, let's say it is 3, y 3, then this is how it is done. The value is coming, and if I am doing 4 and this 4, this is how it is done. So I understood from I use this trick of if the value of y equals to 0, I'm straight away saying the mod value is 1. I might be wrong in this solution, but yeah, that's how I did it. Okay. Moving to the last task that was given, for that I'm using this mod list as my input list, and I'm over here I'm using the logic of yours where you have use this for nested for loop, and you're putting it the range of x and y over here, and you are finding the value of the list for, let's say, x equal to 0, then it will iterate for 0th position of x for 0, 1, 2, keeping in mind the value of x and y is 3 and 3, value of it. So positioning, if in that position the value in that list is equals to 1, then I'll just print the index of that list. So I'm using the same logic here, and I'm outputting it, and this is how it has been outputted, because now the list mode is 4 by 4, that's why we are getting this many values. If I change it to 3 by 3, then if I do shift enter, the values will reduce. So I might be wrong for this this task, but I hope we can have a discussion on it. So thank you so much, Professor.